What's up, Internet? Welcome back to Riven. In the last episode, we found some really strange stuff. We found some shapes of what look like creatures hidden around the different totems that we know have numbers. So we have symbols of numbers, we have symbols of creatures. We have all but one represented. This totem, we don't have a representation of anything. Our lens thing did not light up in any way when we approached this tree, which seems like it's the right move, but there might be something that we have to do to this tree to be able to actually see whatever it's trying to get us to see. I still am not super sure about where to go, but I think that we've found what we need to do with the lens, so that's good. My inclination is still metagaming this and thinking that the last achievement that we got is at the boiler room, because as much as the lens thing is cool, it makes me think that I didn't there's nowhere I can still put that information in. I don't have any sort of receiving. I don't have any sort of receiver or control panel to make that worth anything. So I think I'm going to head back to Boiler Island and see if I can do anything about that. That building that's there is kind of like my ultimate eternal torment. I feel like it just feels like I should be able to do something with it, and I didn't yet. Yet is the operative word there. So we're going to keep working on it and see if we can do anything about it. While we wait for our eternally long minecart ride, I hope you all are having an interesting and an amazing day. I'll do some promotional plugs in the meantime. I started doing some YouTube shorts, so that's cool. I've been doing some off-the-site Thinky Dailies. They have like a season or two of just like little bite-sized daily puzzles. And rather than do them daily, I kind of waited and I binged them and am now making like smaller videos out of them. So if you see those popping up on your feed, that's what those are. And you can check those out. There's a lot more consumable episodes versus our 30 to 45 minute episode of me bumbling around a puzzle game. So that's fun. And we just hit the 2,000 subscribers, and I know a lot of that is from people who are excited to see me play through the Myst series as a whole. So again, I have to say thank you very much for getting me to that benchmark. It's an amazing thing. I will remind everybody this is not my full-time job, so I know some people are excited and want me to play the game for like 2 hours straight an episode, and trust me, I absolutely would. But I don't think I can because work gets in the way very quickly. I have to get on phone calls way too often. All right, so power is put it over to here. Yeah. Does the fire turn on with the power, or is the fire always on? No, fire's always on. This just pulls power to like the machinery here. So annoying. This just feels like this is the thing I have to do. That was a new lever. I didn't see that before. It blended in with the thing. You fuckers. Are you actually kidding me? It's the same color as the pipe. I didn't see it because So I was right. I'm glad I was right. Oh my goodness. And I was also correct about this, that I had to raise them. So I solved this puzzle, basically. I just didn't click the right thing. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we've made progress, friends and family. Let's do exactly what we guessed we're going to do with this whole thing. Damn, that's really the puzzle? It's just turning off. Ah, fuck, I'm so annoyed at that. Okay, so ladder is here. Oh, that's hard to see. Yeah, the thing is, things are blending in a little bit, which is not inherently bad. It's just sometimes tough to tell. Okay, so this is under that outside area. There's a grate. Okay, so we should head this way. Yeah, that's even that ladder is impossible to see. I guess I should check, make sure that there's not anything in here. But so far, Boiler Room has not had, or Boiler Island has not have any. Boiler Room is my blueprints runs. We've not had any confirmation that the paint extends past Jungle Island. Very witness-like. Ooh, we're on the shore. Okay, let's go this way. Never mind. Okay, so we're on the outer side. This definitely takes us up. Oh my goodness, progress. Thank goodness. Let's not lose anything now. If we skip something now, we're in deep trouble. Okay. Fuck yeah. Let's do it. So, more stuff to explore. Ah, it's so beautiful. Okay, so here's where the manhole was. So I'm assumingly... Yay! We're shortcutted. Okay, great. I wonder, should I probably should route power to here, right? Ooh. Yeah, so let's go down and route the power up to this building and see what happens. Oh, this is feeling great. Now I can actually... I'm not running around in circles for the next 3 hours. It's so helpful. Okay. Cool. So I've unlocked basically the shortcut. Just as I thought we had to go around. But I was wrong because that is the way to get into this island. There's clearly that's the way to do this. So there's not a better way to get into this island. That's the minecart is correct. We're not like skirting the linearity of how the game is supposed to work. All right. Up we go. All right, into this new building. God knows what happens in this world, but we'll figure it out. So far, still no use of lens. A lot of pipes, though. Yeah, the game is definitely signifying to look out for the pipes. That one is the one that was hanging out the window just up there. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Oh, I like these. Look at this walkway. We have machine. Is this a button? Draining some water. Yes. Okay, so that's what the power is for. Right? Yeah, that's me generating power. We're draining water. Awesome. All right, down we go then. Right, so you're forced to have to do the shortcut because you need to be able to switch the power to the other side. Awesome. Whoa, this is beautiful. What do we got here? We have a tool? Oh. I have a rock. Oh, I can pick up a thing. Wow, it's the first time I've had the ability to pick up a thing. All right, so I can hold thing. I'm assuming... Aha, okay, I can put it on the rock crib. This is wild. All right, so assumedly I can... What does each of these things do? So that doesn't do anything, but I can do that. Okay. What is this? Probably what I'm looking for, right? That looks like an elevator. Oh. Okay, so that automatically went in by itself. I can just walk this path too. I don't see anything. Okay, so we're going to be following this rock's journey all the way through this process. I'm assuming there's something in it or something we can grab from it. Maybe it's an upgrade for our wonderful lens. I could see that. Maybe that's what we've been working on. Uh-oh. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Ah! Okay, go back. Oh, maybe that's where this lever comes into place. I can send it up so I can be standing on it. Because if I press this wheel, it's gonna lock me out. Lever? Aha. Cool. I love complex machinery in games like this. It's so fun. Oh. I think we've made it to the town. Alright, I guess we're taking this with us. Pens of Fate. Trespass in Gehn's laboratory. Feels like that should be in there. We're gonna keep that there for a second. Oh! Is that a little frog? Okay, it went down. I hope it didn't kill itself. That it just jumped down into the caves. Oh, multiple frogs. More fruit. We have a book. Oh, numbers. Okay, so if we didn't get it by now, we'll get it here. So what is this? This is, let's look at our notes, shall we? This is 34, 6, 7, 34. Okay. I've been cataloging the natural elements of this age. Actually, hold on. 6, 7, 34 compared to what in our book? Ooh, okay, so we are 50 years ago. Let's go back. Can I go back? Hello? There we go. I have been cataloging the natural elements of this age for many years now, yet I still continue to find evidence of the number 5. As a boy, it was very clear to me that it held a place of special significance in the Denis society, from the ancient heraldic emblems of the ruling elite to the humble homes of the commoners. It was ubiquitous. Its presence here is clearly a direct reflection of the minds that authored the text I used to compose this age. Further proof that through their art, the Denis masters were indeed creating the marvelous worlds they wrote, and not, as many have mistakenly thought, merely forging links to pre-existing worlds. While all of my ages have been based on Denis designs, I see now that the ones most vested with the power of 5 are also the most beautiful, the most perfect, and undoubtedly the most structurally sound. I still have yet to determine how the Denis color symbology reflects this superior design principle. While ostensibly a 6-color system, I am convinced that there must be some deeper connection to the number 5. I will continue to investigate. This is 35. Okay, so year later. January. What is that? What is that upside down number? Okay, so we have more. So I have. Okay, so I don't know what that is. The V, upside down V. I think, is it the Y-tram? The Y-tram traps have been particularly fruitful this year. Apparently the breakup of the islands has not adversely affected the subterranean ecosystems. Unfortunately, I imagine the rebels are also experiencing a generous harvest. No shortage of poison for their darts this season. Okay, so we have poison darts, which we saw earlier today. That was a rebel. Such vexing issues aside, this unexpected windfall has allowed me to refine a particularly pleasant extract from my pipe, one that is smoother than any other in recent memory. This is 35, also same year, but it's 5 months later. And we have... Okay, so double numbers is fine. So what the hell is the V if that's a single number? What is that? It's not 0 because that's not a date. And why wouldn't you represent 10 as 4 plus 6 or something like that? Because that could be 10. This is 12. I've reluctantly decided to suspend my inquiries into the unusual behavior of the water of this age, as there are more pressing matters that now demand my attention. For future reference, however, my investigations have revealed the following. I believe the remarkable properties of the water to be caused by a microbe that resides within it. I'm imagining what? A what? It looks like it says motile, M-O-T-I-L-E. Is that a word? Whatever. A motile unicellular organism, but one with a structure that allows it to manipulate bits of water, the aggregate effect of which is that the composite body of water is able to deform itself in response to the threatening conditions. Prolonged exposure to extreme heat, a period of extended boiling, for example, seems to kill them off, which would explain their dramatic aversion to even moderate rises in temperature. There's still much to learn, however, regarding this peculiar phenomenon and its possible uses. Oh boy. This is... Yeah, so what... Why does the V exist? So that's 40? If the 0 is to be believed. That's weird. Why would it be... but it wouldn't be 4 plus... It wouldn't be 4 and then another digit. It's 4 plus something else. So maybe this is... Oh, what? I don't understand, but that might be 14. So the bottom hump might be 0, might be 10. I might have been correct on that. So if that's 14, why is it represented by two different numbers? Fuck, that's annoying. 30, maybe because at some point it would be too many symbols within the same box. But then why is that not too many symbols in the same box? Construction of the imagers has proceeded without fault. Remarkable how easy it was to adapt the Denis technology to mimic that of the Armad. The two cultures must surely have crossed paths at some point in their histories. It may even be that Keda was a direct descendant of the Denis. How else to explain the redemptive path of our connection? But that's all pointless now. Okay. That's got to be 10 then. Maintenance on the steam vent caps completed. I'm extremely pleased with the continued success of the system. Another example of the superiority of Denis technology. Ironic that Atrus and Catherine's meddling unwillingly provided me with such a convenient source of power. Interesting. I'm certain now that the fissure was an unexpected byproduct of the changes they wrote into this age as part of their machinations to trap me here, and that Atrus never intended for the book to be lost among the stars in the process. Better that a linking book be destroyed than to risk it falling into unknown hands. Had they foreseen the creation of the fissure, they surely would have sought another solution, as the ensuing cataclysm may well have consumed the entire world had I not managed to intervene. Catherine would have never knowingly taken such a risk. And surely my son, given his own dearth of vertebrae... Right? Is that what it says? Dearth of vertebrae? Had only meant for Riven to become my prison and not my tomb. Dearth of vertebrae meaning he doesn't have a spine. That's funny. I'm discontinuing regular observations of the expanse beneath the fissure. I have tracked the stars and have proven that their paths are cyclical, but without proper instrumentation there's nothing more I can learn. My theory, however, remains unaltered. The fabric of this age was breached in a way that permits matter to be hospitably exchanged between two discrete yet overlapping spaces. Yet the attendant paradoxes defy the laws of conventional physics. The great column of wind that formed when the rift first appeared suggests a vacuum, as one might expect in space. Yet my early experiments seemed to confirm the presence of a breathable atmosphere. That Atrus momentarily threw himself into the void is further evidence that I might possibly be safe to venture into, but without knowing its true nature, I simply cannot take the risk. It's also difficult to say what would happen if I were to open the fissure now, but it is highly probable that the results would be disastrous. We're still going. My hopes have been dashed again. The latest link. I don't know what that's saying. Latest ink formulation has been proven to be another in a long list of failures, frustrating to expend to do so much effort constructing a linking book, only to end up destroying it when it refuses to function. Too often had this lab grown uncomfortably warm by the flames of these never-ending disappointments. Without my reference library back in Denis, a properly orthodox linking book may simply be beyond my means, but I simply cannot burn another book. There must be another way. Pens of Fate. Late last night, when pondering these interminable setbacks, I went to light my pipe. The fine marble got away from me, however, and rolled across the gateway image of the open book before me. The consequence of this had not been repeatable. I would have not believed my eyes, as the marble left a faint yet definite trail of increased clarity in its wake. The change did not last long, but it was unmistakable. If I could find a way to boost the energy output of my fine marbles, it might be possible to suppress the variance enough to facilitate a stable link. But how? A spatial anomaly occurred yesterday, about 5 spans above the north shore of Temple Island, a breach of stars seemingly identical to the one beneath the fissure. It began as a small cloud-like hole, which then commenced to expand in random surges. With some effort, I was finally able to contain it with runic plates, similar to the ones I devised for the fissure. I believe it will hold, but the appearance of a new rift is troubling, and yet it has also left me with the most uncanny feeling that something fundamental has shifted in my favor. I believe it may be time to give this inexplicable mystery a second look. I have erected a small dome, a pressurized airlock mounted upon the contained breach. This has allowed me to safely conduct tentative forays into the expanse without subjecting Riven to further invasion and the destruction that would certainly attend it. It is a bafflingly improbable space, yet surprisingly more accommodating than my initial observations had led me to believe. Breathing is indeed possible within it, yet I cannot say that it is respiration as I am used to it. Rather, as nonsensical as this is going to sound, it feels at times as if the expanse was breathing me, and in the process imbuing me with a sense of endless possibility. These books are insane. Holy shit. Oh, okay, wait, that's interesting. Okay, so the bottom curve must be 10, because that's got to be 13. Interesting. So, at last, the breakthrough I was hoping for. After my first full day of experiments in the expanse, I was astonished to discover that the fire marbles in my coat pocket had come to fluorescence. To fluoresce? Hold on, I'm also going to just write down this dome thing. Okay. I'm running out of steam here. My throat's killing me. I was astonished to discover that the fire marbles in my... Fire, right? That's an R. Fire marbles in my coat pocket had come to fluoresce. A quick strike test confirmed that their energy levels had increased significantly, and their change had lasted longer than I would have thought possible. In a clear act of divine providence, the expanse has given me the final piece of the puzzle, an apparently boundless energy source that should be more than sufficient to rectify my linking book. But I must work quickly. 2 more breaches have occurred in the interim, each one more aggressive and difficult to contain than the last. Time, I fear, is running out. Yeah. The breach is now number 5, a sure sign that I'm on the right path. I've connected the domes on each of them via a means of pathways within the expanse, which will also serve as an inter-island shortcut as I continue my work on enhanced fire marble complex. The loss of 2... Oh, this is all Ks. K shapes. So it's March 3rd, 38. So we're a couple years deep now. The loss of 2 more men yesterday has made it clear that the full spectrum of energy is too great for even my finest fire marbles to contain, so I've decided to break it up into 5 discrete frequency ranges, which will later be recombined for application to the book. I've installed 5 changing situations within the expanse, each one calibrated to imbue a blank fire marble with a separate band of the total energy needed. A pneumatic tube system will then convey the changed marbles to the Great Gold Dome on Riven for recombination. Freedom is nearly within my grasp. That seems important, but we'll take pictures in a second. So that's what we're doing. We're relinking. We're getting 5 signals to relink a book, which is important but also bad because if Gehn gets it before we do, we'll have a problem. The problem of how to return to Riven has been settled. Raken has proven his usefulness over the years, at times nearly rivaling my own engineering prowess. He and his team will have the honor of being the first to link the new age, bringing with them the necessary materials to build a vastly simplified version of the book apparatus, which I have personally designed. If they do not return within a reasonable amount of time, I will revise my design and send additional men until they get it right. Should they founder, however, I'm prepared to sacrifice every last man on Riven to continue the effort. This cannot fail. So that's going to be 11. Yeah. At long last, a viable loop has been established. After an eternity of toil and sacrifice, and an unconscionable preemption of the ages I might have fathered, I have finally linked to a new age. It is a bleak and barren world, perfectly suited for my purposes. By closely comparing the real with the written, I believe I will soon be able to create a more appropriate age from which to relaunch my mission. For now, however, I will move my office and living quarters there, so that I may safely continue my endeavors without distraction. Although it is a different stepping stone... What is that? 993 is an utter triumph. To think that I have accomplished in a matter of years... under utter extreme adverse conditions, what it took my Denis ancestors centuries to achieve. See, but here now we're back to 30. Why is that? Do you add them together? But then it doesn't make sense. That's 3 plus 10, assumedly. I caught one of my assistants today thumbing through this journal today. He will certainly never do it again, but I'm glad I chose to write this in a language these people cannot decipher. Oh, interesting. Perhaps it's time I reviewed security measures with each guild master. No problems expected from the builders, maintainers, and surveyors, but the bookmarkers and educators may need a bit more motivation. My goodness. There's so much more. This is crazy. More reports of spirit sightings. It seems that under Catherine's leadership, the rebels... Oh, because Catherine is here, yeah. Under Catherine's leadership, the rebels, or Black Moiety, as the villagers stubbornly insist on referring to them, I have attained a new level of sophistication in their terror tactics, renewing their campaign to intimidate the weak-minded, joining them by preying upon their cultural superstitions. I suppose I should be concerned by this, but it strikes me as almost laughable. If the rebels wish to dilute their ranks with demerits or dimwits, then who am I to stop them? Yeah, that's a so now look at the difference here. So that's a double. So that's just a... What number is this? What is it? It seems like it should be 10. Because we're going to need to know. So this is 2 with 10, so assumedly that's a 12. But that's a 3 and 12. So how does that work? Chemical analysis of one of the rebel knives has yielded curious results. The metal contains elements that are unlike anything I've encountered on the islands. It appears the rebels have access to a resource that I am unaware of, perhaps a mine or an uncharted island. Most of these knives have been found on the south side of the village, the same region that reports of people mysteriously disappearing have emanated from. I think a closer inspection of the area is warranted. The fact that the rebels deliberately leave these distinctive knives as a sign of their presence is concerning. They're growing bolder, as if they no longer fear discovery of their hideout. Same year, Recent measurements indicate that the movement of the islands has slowed dramatically. My previous estimates predicted a total collapse in approximately the 3 months. Interesting. But with the new figures, I'm no longer certain. I've nearly finished writing the 99th age, and have every confidence it will be a safe place to relocate to, but it would still be useful to know what has caused the sudden halt in Riven's breakup. Is it possible that the age is stable after all? If so, I must discover how it differs from 98, which has already shown troubling signs of decay. Though further tests are needed, and yet there's something about this that gives me pause. Could it be that someone's attempting to repair the damage to the 5th age at its source? I cannot help but think that the hand of Atrus is behind this somehow. Okay, that was a marathon. I'm going to take some pictures. Maybe I should actually go from the top and just take all of them. It's annoying, but I think that may be the way to go. Wow. They really wrote a whole ass journal for this. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. That is crazy. Okay. Whew. Let me just check. How are we doing on this episode? Yeah, I mean, we're already at a half hour, but I'm not going to leave it here, so let's keep going. This is probably our way out. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. So he had set up shop on Boiler Island. That's interesting. Different drawers. Uh-huh. I'm going to take a picture of that for sure. Different rocks and shells. Wood. Everything is dated, which is good to know. Oh, this is our creature. This is going to be what it's referring to in the symbols, right? Oh, weird. It fills it with water? It's like a lava lamp. Oh, yeah, okay, so that is what our moths look like up close. Interesting. I should probably take a picture of this too. So what does that mean? What is that going to mean for us? Here's a knife. More reading. Oh. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so the top of it is here. So this is good. That's going to be 5. Cool. Okay, so our pattern of stuff is 6, 3, 1, and 5 on totems. So that's the missing one. So the 5 is the duck one. Okay, cool. So I'm glad we got that. We don't have to bring it back either, which is nice. These are all letter totems, assumedly. What do we got here? Like a printing press? What the hell is this? Okay, so this I understand. Again, that's a 5. And then let's read this note. Last week, one of my acolytes caught a rebel sniffing around the cemetery totem in the jungle. In keeping with the general ineptitude of my men, the dog was allowed to escape, but at least the fool had the presence of mind to bring me the object in question. It is a primitive eyepiece into one of the native numbers has been set. Given the fact that their accursed numeric system requires you to know which way a symbol has been rotated in order to read it, however, there is no way to make sense of it. It's probably an overestimation of the Moedes' intelligence to suspect that there may be some greater meaning behind it, but tomorrow I shall send a surveyor out to inspect the other totems just to be safe. Given the fact that their recursive number system requires you to know which way a symbol has been rotated in order to read it. Yeah, so he's commenting on that, but it is true. We have this whole thing in the center, which I have not checked yet. Oh, there's 2 doors here. What do we got here? Can I read this? The counterintuitive something that a greater strike... Oh, okay, there we go. The counterintuitive aspect of fine marbles that a greater strike force does not always yield the maximum energy output. Never ceases to amaze me. Optimal strike force base value unnumber. There we go. Fine marble, power marble, strike force compensations. Oh, I see. Okay, so right, here's where we're gonna need. So we're on Boiler Island. Oh, and I don't know which island is which one. Oh, and these are numbers too? Because it's saying this minus this, this plus this. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay, so that's what we're going to do with this. Okay. Anything in the trash? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Wow, we got a lot of stuff by doing this. That looks like another thing of marble. Is it like polishing it? Wow, look at that thing. So that stops the whole thing. No, it doesn't. Faster! Faster! Huh. Okay. So there's for sure stuff to check out here. Oh! It's like a coconut, but for stone. So here... Okay, so that definitely belongs in there. We're just gonna have to figure out what to do with it. So we're gonna refine it. And then what's in this door? Aha! We have access to a new area. All right, we got a lot to look at. I gotta get a drink of water because I'm dying here. But we have a lot to look at now, so thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a like and subscribe if you want to see any future episodes, because of course you do. And we'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.